Hello, and welcome to Classics for Kids' first ever virtual soiree. My name is Dana Zimbrick. I have the great pleasure of being the artistic director for Classics for Kids, and it's such a joy to be able to bring music and the arts to so many children in San Diego County. Now, today we are doing something we've never done before, holding a very special event online for all of you. So it's really nice to have you joining us, and I'm so grateful that you are here. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do today. We're going to be hearing from some board members, some teachers, some performers about what they experience with Classics for Kids. We're also going to be witnessing a wonderful live performance by the Stars Aligned Siblings. They're a wonderful group that lives up in the Bay Area. And when I first met them in 2017, they were a trio, but then their younger brother joined them, and now they are the world's youngest string quartet. I was just blown away when I met them a few years ago. I've been trying to bring them to San Diego for some kind of event, and I'm so grateful that Classics for Kids is able to partner with them today. I'd like to invite you to go to our website and make a donation. All the money that we raise today and throughout this entire event will help support the important programs that Classics for Kids brings to thousands of children throughout San Diego County. But before we get very much farther, I'm going to pass it over to some of our board members for some very important messages.
Hi, I'm Angela Wong, Chair of the Board of Directors for Classics for Kids, and I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for being here this afternoon. I'd like also to take this opportunity to thank members of our committee who helped make this event come together. This includes Mimi Lee, Mike Zimbrick, Elise Nguyen, Kathleen Lincoln, Brian Marshall, Marcy Borg, Dana Levin, and Indigo Wong. In addition, we have several generous supporters, individual and corporate. They include Alice Delatorre, Ash Nasseri, Carol Lee Switty, Centauro Wealth Advisory, Comstock Wines, Eclipse Chocolate, Grace Kojima, Hal and Jeanette Coons, Kathleen Lincoln, Kelly Mackley, Mike Zimbrick and Mimi Lee, Nancy Beck, Paula Stein with Fidelity National Title, Susan Tully with New American Funding, University City Service Center, and Wine Factor. I think all of us are here today because we all love music, and we all love what music has brought to our lives. Many of us, when we think of music education, think of teaching a child how to play an instrument, or perhaps how to read music, or how to perform. But music education is so much more. What Classics for Kids does is to give children the opportunity to see how a group of people, each playing a different instrument, can come together and make something so much more beautiful than each of themselves alone. And I think that's a lesson that is so important for these times. They also get to hear what music can truly sound like and experience the joy, the inspiration that wonderful music can bring to their lives, which again is something much needed in these troubled times. So I thank you again for helping Classics for Kids, for helping make this fundraiser come together, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Good evening. My name is Brian Marshall. I'm a board member with Classics for Kids, and I'm also a retired superintendent for the La Mesa Spring Valley School District. First of all, I'd like to thank you for being here tonight with us and supporting Classics for Kids. I've been asked to talk a little bit about the benefits of music education. And I can tell you 100% that music education is a key component of a rich educational curriculum for our children. We know that music enhances language capacity in our youngsters. It improves their pattern recognition. It improves their memory, their study habits, and their concentration. It improves their mental processing skills and their problem-solving skills. And we know that music uses all parts of our brain. Students who then learn to play an instrument have enhanced mathematical skills and have enhanced fine motor skills. And they have a habit that they can take with them beyond the school years and play instruments for the rest of their lives. We thank you for being here again. We look forward to your support, and hopefully with you and Classics for Kids working together, we can expose more and more children to the wonder of music education. Thanks so much.
I'm so grateful to our board members, for our board chair, Angela Wong, and our board member, Brian Marshall, for their very inspiring words and their thanks. Next, we're going to learn a little bit more about some of the programs that Classics for Kids has been doing for schools virtually. Our meet and greet program launched in the end of spring in 2020, and we've already reached hundreds of students with this wonderful program. Today, you're going to get to see a sample of what our clarinetist, April Leslie, teaches to the kids during her Zoom meet and greet. So maybe put on your imagination and imagine that you're a 7-year-old sitting either in home watching your class on Zoom, or you're in your classroom with a small group of kids watching April on a screen. Either way, you'll understand what this is that we're offering to students. So this is our clarinetist, April Leslie, giving us a sample of her meet and greet program. We have launched a new program called Learn, Create, Connect. We're going to be broadcasting some of our archived recordings on San Diego County Office of Education's Channel 16, as we're going to be offering interactive Q&A sessions with me and some of our musicians, and we can ask questions and talk about music, and that should be a lot of fun. And finally, we're going to be offering some professional development opportunities for teachers. Find out about our virtual programs on our website. That's classics4kids.org.
Hi friends, my name is April Leslie and I'm the clarinetist with the Classics for Kids Philharmonic. Today I have the privilege of demonstrating for you the clarinet and something that we call pitch range. The first song I'm going to play, I'm sure you'll recognize, it's going to demonstrate the middle range of the clarinet. And of course, that is Disney's Frozen, Let It Go. All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate for you the high range. So that was middle, now you're gonna hear something much higher in sound or range. I'm going to play this on a different type of clarinet called the E-flat clarinet. Looks pretty similar until I hold them up, and you're gonna see that it's much smaller than the one that I just played. As an instrument gets smaller, the range or the sound gets higher. So you're going to notice this will sound much higher. This is a piece arranged by a Cuban composer named Paquito de Rivera, and it's a little Cuban dance called Los Tres Golpes. Isn't that fun? It makes me want to dance. So I'm sure you noticed that that went much higher in pitch range. So now I'll demonstrate for you the lower pitch range. And you probably guessed it, higher, the smaller the instrument, lower, the bigger. So check this out. It is my bass clarinet and it's massive. It goes all the way down to the ground. I have to sit down and play it. I'm going to play a quick scale. You'll hear how low it goes. And I'm going to play a song, again, I'm sure you'll recognize. notice that went nice and low, and of course that was from Star Wars. All right, I'm gonna play one last piece for you that's going to put together all the ranges, medium, high, and low. I'm gonna do it all on my regular B-flat clarinet, and this is where I would love for you to participate. You're gonna take your hand, and when you hear the low notes, you're gonna have your hand down to your belly button, the low range. When you hear the medium notes, the medium range, you can put your hand just below your chin. When you hear those high notes, the high range, go ahead and take your hand a little bit above your head. This is a classical piece by the composer Camille Saint-Saëns. It's a clarinet sonata. It does start in the low range, so you can start your hand here. It goes very fast, so you have to kind of try to keep up. Here we go. The low range and all throughout every pitch range. Woo, are you able to keep up? I know that moved very quickly, but I'm sure you noticed it going high, middle, and low. Awesome job.
Hello, my name is Karen Shalette. I'm the Executive Director of Classics for Kids. I'm proud to say that Classics for Kids is a growing and thriving nonprofit. Last year, serving almost 18,000 students, which 75% were from low-income Title I schools across San Diego County. We make a big impact on our community, and we could not do it without your support. During this tough and frustrating time, our team has been working extremely hard to provide innovative music experiences for students and teachers. We are committed to serving our diverse community who are in need and provide employment for our professional musicians who have suffered job loss due to the pandemic. I'm happy to announce that we have already 70 teachers already signed up to our programs, and the need is increasing. In order to keep these programs 100% free, we rely on tremendous community support. We are thrilled to announce that we have received an anonymous matching gift of $25,000. Today, with your help, Classics for Kids has the opportunity to raise $50,000 to ensure music programs stay in schools no matter what. Please make a gift today, and it will be matched dollar for dollar. Help us make an impact on the lives of thousands of students. Please visit classicsforkids.org today to make the gift of music to the next generation. Thank you.
Although we cannot be together in person, I have been looking forward to this event. My name is Mimi Lee, longtime supporter, committee member, and passionate volunteer for Classics for Kids. I am also a board member of Advocates for Classical Music, another nonprofit partner organization with Classics for Kids. At this particular time, unfortunately, during the pandemic, students are not able to attend the concerts in person, and that makes it even more important that they have music in their lives. It brings comfort, it's therapeutic, and it brings some stabilization to their lives. And I applaud Classics for Kids for their valiant efforts in still keeping music alive and bringing it to the children virtually. Very excited that through Classics for Kids, a new fund has been established by the family of Carol Lees Whitty, and it is called the Carol Lees Whitty Access Fund for Concerts. It takes care of tickets and transportation for those students who otherwise would not be able to attend. And this way it makes wonderful music through Classics for Kids accessible for all. I ask that you please support Classics for Kids, and today is the day to do it. It is life-changing for the children, and I know you will be very happy that you made the donation to this marvelous organization.
I'd like to say a very special thank you to our amazing Executive Director, Kieran Shalat, and the incredible Mimi Lee for their leadership and incredible inspiration. Next up is the performance we have all been waiting for. I am so excited about the Stars Aligned Siblings. Since 2015, Stars Aligned Siblings has toured internationally at festivals and events in the United Kingdom, Argentina, Mexico, and in the United States. The all-sibling quartet, ages 8, 11, 12, and 13, is taught in the Heifetz tradition of chamber playing. The siblings have appeared on NBC TV's Little Big Shots with Steve Harvey and on ITV's Little Big Shots in the UK. Today, this wonderful group has selected to perform all 4 movements of Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik. Mozart wrote this piece in 1787. It has 4 movements or sections and is roughly 15 minutes of music. We'll take a few minutes for questions at the end of the performance. So while you're listening, if you'd like to post a comment or question on YouTube, you can post in the sidebar to the right of the video that you're watching. And if you're watching us on Facebook, you can put the comments directly below where you see the video right now. After the performance and question and answer session, we will have our wine presentation and a few more surprises, so make sure to stick around. And now, please welcome to our virtual stage live performance, Dustin, Starla, Valerie, and Colin, the Stars Aligned Siblings.
We just played the first movement of Mozart's Eine kleine Nacht music, and now we will play the slow second movement, Romance Andante.
Next, we'll be playing the minuet and trio.
Now we'll be playing the last movement, Rondo Allegro, which is the fastest and most exciting movement of all.
My only regret is that you can't hear all 85 of us who are watching right now from all over California. Just giving you a huge round of applause for that amazing performance.
Thank you.
So many wonderful comments, so much joy that you bring. What a gift you have. Thank you so much for your music. So as I mentioned earlier, when I first met this family back in 2017, they were a trio, and then their younger brother Colin joined them. Well, we have a special surprise for you today. We're going to add another family member. We are going to add 5-year-old Delilah to our quartet, or their quartet, and now we will have a quintet. So come on into our virtual stage, Delilah. Oh, and Colin is going to switch from his viola to his violin, and he's 8 years old. And now this wonderful quintet will play for us Pachelbel's Canon in D. Thank you so much. I think maybe you've made some people cry, tears of joy for your beautiful music. What a gift. Bravo. How about a big round of applause? Everybody's doing this from their own homes. Would you guys take a bow, though, and we'll pretend like we can hear all of our hands clapping. All right, we want to take a few minutes and just ask you some questions. We did have a few questions from the audience, and one, we just wanted to clarify everybody's age. So I'm going to say your age. Delilah is 5, and Colin, can you raise your bow or raise your hand? Colin, you're 8, right? Let's see. Starla, how old are you?
I'm 12.
You're 12. Dustin, how old are you?
13.
Right, and Valerie, you must be?
11.
11. Wow. Okay, so one of the questions we wanted to ask you was, how old were each of you when you first started your playing your instruments? Because you play like you're professionals, so you must have started pretty young. And I'd love to know how old you were when you started playing.
I started when I was 4.
I started when I was 2. I started when I was 3. I started when I was 2. I started when I was 3.
Wow, that's amazing. Certainly a wonderful learning curve, you guys. All right, so another question that came through was, people want to know, how many hours do you play or practice every day?
3. Yeah. At least.
Wow, every single day, 7 days a week?
Yes.
Well, it shows. It shows. That's a good lesson for all of us, that if we want to be as good as you, we need to put in some serious practice time, right? Okay, so here's a non-musical question. We want to know, what is your favorite food? So if you guys could just tell us, what's your favorite food?
Sushi.
Yeah, I like sushi too. So I'll do it. Alfredo. My favorite food is good food that tastes good for me.
Yeah, awesome. Colin, how about you?
Sardines.
Such a variety, you guys. I love it. Such a variety. Okay, here's another question. This one is, what do you like to do for fun when you're not playing music? What are some of your
Soccer.
Oh yeah? Everybody's a soccer player?
We also play outside in our backyard and we have 2 more siblings besides all of us. And so we always play with each other.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Awesome.
Sibling left. There's 2 more. No, 1 more sibling left. One is Adelaide. And Serenity. And Serenity.
Wow. So if you play for us next year, maybe we'll have 6 of you, huh? We'll have to see you. All right. So here's another question for you. Who is your favorite composer?
Tchaikovsky.
Saint-Saëns and Sarasate. Telemann. Mozart. Beethoven.
Wow, you guys are amazing. I think that's all the questions we have time for, but let me just tell you, the San Diego audience, our friends, our Classics for Kids family, our comments are blowing up. We love you. You're so talented, and really, I know you spend a lot of time doing your craft, but it shows, and the goodness and joy that you're spreading to everyone is just so beautiful. So hugs and kisses from afar. Thank you, you guys. You're amazing. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that's almost overwhelming. So I just want to let you know, if you'd like to follow this amazing group and learn more about their future successes, which I know there's going to be many, you can go to their website, and that's starsalignedsiblings.com. So find them online, and they post all of their upcoming performances, and next time they win a competition or they solo with an orchestra, we can find information on their website, and I sure hope we'll be working with them again from Classics for Kids. What a wonderful family and such beautiful musicians. So as we've said, today our goal is to raise $50,000 with your help. We're going to be tracking all of the donations that are coming in today, and you'll be getting an email from Classics for Kids in the next couple of days that says, hopefully, the good news that we've reached or exceeded our goal. Every little bit helps, and we're so grateful for all of your support. And don't go away, because we have a few more surprises coming up today. But right for now, I'm going to hand it back to our Executive Director, Kieran Shalat.
How incredible was Stars Aligned Siblings? They're so professional and very talented. Speaking of talented individuals, I would like to introduce you to the rest of Classics for Kids staff.
Hi there, my name is Janelle Hickey, and I serve as your Development Director here at Classics for Kids. It's such a pleasure to be part of a team that's helping to keep music education in San Diego schools.
Hi, I'm Corinne Huber, and I'm the Classics for Kids Program Coordinator. I work to connect students all over San Diego with our awesome programs.
Hi, I'm Kelly Makeley. I'm the Communications Coordinator, and I was first introduced to Classics for Kids a few years ago as a field trip chaperone for my daughter. I was so inspired by their mission, and I'm so happy to be part of the team.
Cheers to a fantastic year of music education.
So some of you may have upgraded your donations and received a bottle of wine delivered to your home. We have an in-house wine expert, Mike Zimbrick, who's going to share with us a little bit about wine. So cheers.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Zimbrick, and I'm going to be telling you a bit about wine today, about some ways that you can enjoy wine and ways you might reach out and learn more about wine. I hope you find it enjoyable, and thanks for being here. There's a lot of wonderful things about wine, apart from how it tastes and the fact that if you're paying attention to it, you can sometimes be sort of transported different places. Some wines have the ability to transmit to you the place that they come from, whether that's the vineyard or the soils they grow in, or the particular vintage or the particular region. And then apart from that, just the fact that it can be enjoyed and really should be enjoyed with friends. It's a wonderful way to socialize. Well, wine is all about enjoyment, and so you want to be sure that when you're enjoying wine that you are paying attention to it and enjoying what you're drinking. And if you're not, then maybe you need to think about getting something else in your glass. Some other things to know about wine enjoyment are that it's usually best with food. Most wines come from a cuisine, a culture, there's some history behind them, and they tend to do best with the foods that also come from that place. A lot of people think that red wine should be drunk at room temperature, and that's true if your room is a cave. Red wine should really be drunk somewhere around 60 to 65 degrees, and so that can be achieved pretty easily by just popping them in the refrigerator for about 20 or 30 minutes. Similarly with white wines, some people tend to drink those too cold, assuming that chilled refrigerator temperature around 38 to 40 degrees is best for those. You can use a rule of 30, which means pull a white wine out of the refrigerator about 30 minutes before you plan to drink it, and stick a red wine in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes before you plan to drink it. And if you do that, you'll have your wines at about the right temperature to be best enjoyed. Some of the basic things are that you want to try to match the body of the wine with the body or strength of the food you're pairing it with. How big or heavy is the wine? That's what we mean by the body. So if you've got a simple salad with a vinaigrette, a lighter bodied white wine, something like a Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, maybe even a lighter Chablis would be good with that. Now, if you've got, let's say, the same plate of greens and you're going to put a Caesar salad dressing on it, that's a big dressing. That's a bigger bodied salad overall. And so something richer, like a Chardonnay, would go much better with that. Some of the other things are that you want to try to make sure that the wine has adequate acidity. Acidity refers to how tart the wine is. And so generally speaking, lower acid wines don't tend to pair well with savory food. Sometimes lower acid wines might do better with desserts. So things like port, which is somewhat lower acid, obviously high in sweetness, goes better with sweet desserts than something that's higher in acid like a Sauvignon Blanc, or even some examples of Pinot Noir. So matching the acidity to the food is another important thing. And if you've got heavier sauces like cream sauces, you probably want high acidity so that that cream sauce doesn't sit on your palate and feel heavy, that there's an acidity to cut through it, so to speak. As I said before, make sure that you like what you drink and that you find some way to communicate to other people what it is that you like. So learning some basic terms like acidity. I like medium acidity wines as opposed to high acidity or low acidity. I like full-bodied wines, heavier, bigger wines, as opposed to something that's a little lighter and maybe easier to drink. And the next thing I would suggest is that you find a trusted voice. Now, for some people, that might be a wine critic that you tend to read their notes and agree with. It might be a wine friend. It might be a particular person who works at a local wine shop. So the wines come from lots of different places, lots of different varieties, from Pinot Noir to Chardonnay to Zinfandel. We've even got some interesting blends from Austria in there. So we've got a great mix of the wines. Thanks, everybody. I really have fun doing this. Here's to a good season with Classics for Kids, and please enjoy your wines.
Hi, my name is Ann Fennell, and I'm the Music Program Manager for San Diego Unified School District. On behalf of Russ Sperling, the Visual and Performing Arts Director, hundreds of teachers, and thousands of students, we want to say thank you. Thank you to Classics for Kids for providing such quality programming and sustaining music education to all of our students. We are very grateful for the master classes, for the lessons, the in-person concerts prior to COVID-19, and now during COVID-19 for the videos and online instruction. You continually support music and provide a rich culture for San Diego. We're very grateful for your program and thankful for all that you do.
Hi, my name is Miss Calhoun. I am a first grade teacher at Albert Einstein Academy. I have always loved and enjoyed going to the Classics for Kids field trips. I love how they've incorporated the arts, from painting to the different dancers and the programs that they have, showcasing every instrument. I myself have always played an instrument ever since elementary school, starting from the recorder to the French horn to the saxophone, the marimbas. I think music and the arts are just so important for our kids. You know, it helps them with the total physical response in learning and engagement. Some kids learn better through music and movement, and really just getting them to practice listening and getting them excited to listen and to involve those senses that they may not otherwise have the opportunity to go to on their own, you know, without the help of our school sending them to these programs. And thank you for everything that you guys have done over the last couple of years with our kids and with these programs. You guys do a phenomenal job. My favorite ones have always been the Star Wars ones and the partnerships that you guys have created with the dance programs. Again, thank you so much for everything you have done.
We're so grateful to all of our educators who have worked tirelessly during this time to make sure that students are getting a quality education. It has certainly not been easy on teachers or parents or students or any of us. But I want to thank specifically Ann Fennell and Diane Calhoun for their very moving messages. You may have seen we have 6 gift certificates that are available, and we're going to be doing an opportunity drawing next to see who the lucky winners are. Now, when we were trying to think of who we could give these 6 small goods gift certificates to, we wanted it to be completely random. But then we called on some of our youngest fans to help create a very fun way of reading off the names and surprising all of you. Now, if you hear your name called in our next clip, we will be contacting you via email and phone and trying to coordinate how we can get your gift certificate to you. So congrats to the winners. I hope you enjoy our pumpkin run opportunity drawing.
Jessica Goggin. Vivian Turkle. Susan Farrell. Monica Fleming. Kristen Hageman. Bob and Laura Duggan.
Wasn't that fun? I want to say a special thank you to our youngest members, our youngest fans, for coming out and helping us create that very fun video. I think one of the things that I've missed the most during this time is being able to see children running around and having fun, or filling the theater with thousands of children. But I'm so grateful for all of you for being here today, for investing in the work of Classics for Kids, and for believing that music and the arts are critical for our children and should be brought to them no matter what. We are making an impact. We are bringing joy. We are sharing love with children who desperately need it. And I just want to thank you for your support, and thank you for joining us for our first ever Classics for Kids virtual soiree. Have a wonderful rest of your day.